Hi everyone, welcome to my official final video of 2025. Not sure when you'll be viewing this, but today is December 30th. It is my final working day of the quarter at work, and the sun is coming out. It was just snowing, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and film a video about New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, all that good stuff, because I feel like we're all thinking about that. And you know it's going to be a good video because I got the mic out. So if you want to hang out, sit back, relax, and just chat all things New Year's resolutions, stay a while. And before we dive into the video, make sure you like the video and comment below if you are doing New Year's resolutions for 2026, and if so, what are they? I love a good New Year's resolution, and I want to hear what yours are, so comment that below. So historically, I would do a list of just plain New Year resolutions, and they would be pretty aggressive, and it would be like a list of 10 things, and if I didn't achieve them by the end of the year, I would feel like crap. And this year, I'm doing things a little bit differently. My main list is going to be a list of 2026 mantras. So these are things that I want to practice and preach and just emulate in the year 2026. I think when it comes to New Year's resolutions, a lot of times we focus on what we can change about ourselves. And I'm someone where I've had a really long journey to get to where I am today and feeling confident and just feeling decent about myself. And I've spent so much of my life, I'm 30, I've probably spent 27 of those years knocking myself down. So in 2026, my first mantra that I really want to emulate is just being as I am, not focusing on losing weight or changing my body or hitting crazy numbers at work or any of these crazy goals that I have historically set for myself. This year, I'm just going to accept who I am and what I am right here in this state. And this is who I am going to present as and be in 2026. I am completely removing the pressure of changing myself in any crazy way off of this year. And I am so excited for that because it just sets the new year off on a tone of like, hey, I'm already good enough. I don't need to make all these crazy goals and change who I am. I can just be as I am, and that's enough. The next mantra of sorts that I am really wanting to implement in 2026 is to be more present, specifically being more present with my son. I am a working mom and I am spread very thin at all times. And so oftentimes what I have found, and I've been more aware of it over the last few months, is I will be spending time with him, but I'm not actually present. I'm on the phone with people from work or my boss, or I'm checking emails on my phone, or I'm just scrolling on Instagram because I'm addicted to my phone. He is 2.5, and before I know it, he's going to be 3, and time is going by so quickly. And I was having this conversation with my husband last night. Like, we only have a handful of years when he is going to be this little, and he is going to need us and look at us in the way that he does and adore us in the way that he does. And I don't want to let that slip away without being fully present for him. And I've done a really shit job of this up until now. So a goal of mine that I really want to live by in 2026 is being more present for my son. Finding time in the morning and in the evening before bed to put my phone in the other room and make sure that all of my attention is going to him. Everything else can wait. I don't need to be doing work before 9 a.m. in the morning, and I don't need to be doing work after 5 p.m. At the same time, I can scroll on my phone and mindlessly scroll at things that aren't even important after he's asleep, if that's what I choose to do, even though it's not good for me. When he is awake and when he is around me, I need to be present for him. So that's something that I'm really committing myself to in 2026. All right, the next thing that I really want to emulate in 2026 is going to be savoring the small things. I think that I tend to get very stressed and overwhelmed and wrapped up in everyday life, and every day can feel the same. And I think social media contributes to this, and that like I'm comparing my own life to people who are, out traveling all the time and going out all the time. Every weekend they're going out to these new restaurants and having these experiences, when that's not really what I want to be doing. And B, there are things that I can be doing to make my everyday feel more special and impactful and worthwhile. Some examples of this is going out and getting a coffee and just sitting to enjoy it, or making my coffee at home and sitting and enjoying it, lighting a candle when I'm cooking in the kitchen, spraying an aromatherapy mist before I get into bed at night, stretching to calming music before bed, just finding little pieces throughout my day that I can make a little bit more sacred, a little bit more holy, a little bit more special for myself, so that my everyday doesn't feel like autopilot the same all the time. I think a lot of times we wish our lives were different. Like, oh, I wish I had a life where I was traveling, or I wish my life is exciting. My life's so boring. But in reality, what we really want is to feel more satisfied in the lives that we do have. So that's something that I'm really going to be focusing on in 2026, finding something at least once a day that makes my day pause for a moment and feel a little bit more special and sacred. I'm wearing like a thermal turtleneck and I'm like sweating. I was so cold this morning and now I'm sweating. All right, the second to last mantra of sorts or practice that I really want to engage in 2026 is going to be praying more. I am not someone who is very religious, but I feel like there's something really grounding about just simply praying. Not saying like a specific recited prayer from the Bible or whatever you believe in, but just kind of at the end of the day, taking a moment to pray for, the health and safety and well-being of your family. Thank whatever deity you believe in, thank whoever you believe in, God, whoever you worship, for the good things in your life, being grateful. I think taking 60 seconds to pray genuinely pulls you out of like your own life and gives you a sense of the bigger picture. And I used to be really I used to be very dedicated to saying a quick little prayer before bed every night. And I feel like over the last few years, that kind of fell to the wayside. And once in a while I'll do it and I'll be reminded like, oh, this actually does make me feel a lot better. And this makes me feel a little bit more connected. So I definitely do want to start praying a little bit more. And I'm not talking like doing a whole like ritual or anything like that. Just, before bed, just saying a little prayer to God, thanking him for everything I do have and asking him to look out for me and my family and yada, yada, yada. You can do your own prayer. That's kind of personal. Again, I'm not a religious person, but I do find that prayer is something that I do want to, implement a little bit more in the new year. The last mantra, I don't know why I'm saying mantra. The last thing that I really want to start doing more in 2026 is celebrating more. Sorry if my rings are like clanking the microphone. That's probably so annoying. I want to celebrate more. I feel like I am someone where I am so hard on myself and I do a lot of things and I need to give myself more recognition for doing a lot of things and doing them pretty well. So I need to take time to celebrate when I'm having wins, when I have a good day at work, when I have a good parenting moment, when I hit a new record with my weightlifting, just different things that I can celebrate. Because I think, at least for me, what happens is I'll have like a goal and I'll hit it. And then rather than sitting with that and celebrating it and like patting myself on the back, I immediately think of like, okay, well, what now? What's next? What can I do better now? Like what do I have to focus on now instead of reveling in my own success? So that's something that I want to do more of. If you can't tell, a big theme in 2026 is basically going a little bit easier on myself than I have in the past. And I think that's going to be super, super beneficial. I think we all could stand to be a little bit easier on ourselves. We're our own worst enemies and we're our own worst critics. Now, that's it for like the more spiritual, overarching, abstract resolutions. Now I want to go into some actual practical goals that I'm setting for myself in 2026. It's not a super long list, but they are things. So this one has been on my list for, I kid you not, the last 5 years, and I've never achieved it. And that is touching my toes. I am not flexible. My hamstrings are super tight. And I am someone who historically has not taken the time to really get into like a good stretching routine to try and be able to touch my toes. So in 2026, enough is enough. December of 2026, I will be back here and I will be in video touching my toes. Mark my words. That is a big goal of mine. Another one, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you will know, is that I am doing a low buy in 2026. So I am pretty excited about that. I have all my goals outlined in another video, which I will link below. Basically the things I will not be buying in 2026 and the things that I am allowed to buy, I will link that video below. But I think that's gonna really force me to be more present and to not put so much emphasis on the instant gratification of buying things to make me happy, it's going to make me actually sit with my emotions and enjoy things in life that aren't physical items. So I'm looking forward to that. Saving money is another big one. I did talk about this in another video as well. I don't have a set number. I think ideally it would be like 50 grand, but this year I ended up saving 80 grand. So I'm thinking I can definitely do more than what I think, but just to be safe, bare minimum will be 50. And then if I do hit that at some point next year, I will up the amount. And then the last one is one that like I touched on, I think in a vlog over the summer when I had like no subscribers, and now I have I think like 750 subscribers. So thank you to everyone who is here. That's vaping. So a little bit about me. I decided to quit drinking alcohol in January of 2025. I am like 15 days away from being a full year sober from alcohol, which is amazing. But the caveat to that is that I do have a bad habit of vaping and I'm sick of it. I've been vaping. I think I started vaping after my son was born because I went back to work and I was so stressed and I thought it was cool. And long story short, here we are almost 3 years later and I'm hopelessly addicted. I suck on my vape all day, every day. It's so bad for you. And what I've noticed lately is that I have shortness of breath. I get winded really quickly and I just feel anxious when I don't have it. I'm so reliant on the stupid vape. So anyways, today is day 3 of not vaping. I have smoking cessation pills, I have Nicorette gum, and I have a plan. I have an app and I have a plan. So I am really dedicating myself to quitting the vape in 2026. And I really believe that I can be accountable with this because I truly feel done this time. I've tried to quit before unsuccessfully. This time I really do feel like I'm at my breaking point and I'm tired of constantly engaging in something that makes me feel so shitty and makes me hate myself. Because I know, I'm a smart person. I know that vaping is not good for my long-term health. I can feel in my body what it is doing to my lungs, but I just kept doing it. And I'm sick of doing it and hating myself and then being anxious and then doing it again. It's like such a vicious addictive cycle. So that is something that I am, really, really committing myself to doing. That's my list. It's nothing extravagant. It's nothing crazy. It's not like train for an Ironman and put on 15 pounds of muscle and make $300,000 and, buy a vacation house. No, we're taking a pause in 2026. We're being present. We're being mindful. And we are just focusing on enjoying the life that we do have. And for that, I am very excited. I'm excited to see what 2026 brings. I just have a good feeling about this coming year. I feel like 2025 was a bit turbulent for me. It was a bit hectic. There was a lot going on. 2026 is going to be a lot better. And I believe that. And it's going to be better for me and it's going to be better for you. So wrap up, final thoughts. I started getting back into doing YouTube this year. So I do just want to thank everyone who's here, who's been watching my videos. And if this is your first video of mine that you are watching, subscribe, stay a while. I appreciate you being here. This is something that has given me purpose and passion again, where I had thought that like my creativity died and was lost. So I'm just really grateful that I get to do this and continue to do this. And I'm just grateful. So if you're here and you're watching, I'm grateful for you. What else? See, I'm winded from talking because of the vape. But guess what? Give me a month and I'll feel a lot better. I'm really excited to continue doing YouTube in the new year and see what happens with that. I'm excited to dedicate myself to another great year of work in my career. I'm excited to grow with my family and with my son and see what new things he's going to be doing in the new year. So yeah, I think I'm rambling. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope wherever you are that you have the best new year imaginable. I hope 2026 is your year. I hope it's happy. I hope it's healthy. I hope it's filled with joy. And I will see you guys in the new year in 2026. It feels so weird to say. Sometimes I still feel like it's 2019. I feel like the world paused for the pandemic and it never unpaused. And then I'm like, oh, it's been, how long has it been? 6 or 7 years? Crazy. Anyways, that's all I have to say today. I hope you have a happy, healthy new year. And I will see you guys in my next video. All right, have a good one. Bye.